Welcome to Montclair State's Virtual Homecoming. I'm Karen Hackett, Associate Director of Alumni Engagement. It's my pleasure to have you here today. We have a wonderful program featuring the faculty and students from our Nutrition and Food Studies program. So now I'll turn it over to the chair of the department, Dr. Kathleen Bauer. I hope you enjoy the session.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Bauer. I'm the chair of the Department of Nutrition and Food Studies. If you're an alumni of our program, well, welcome back. We would love to hear from you. We're always interested in what graduates of our department are doing. If you're new here, if this is the first time you have visited our program, well, we're happy you're here, and we hope you visit us again sometime. So first, what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about an overview of our program. We have 4 concentrations: food science, food systems, dietetics, and applied nutrition. All of our students take the same core courses. So no matter what your concentration is, you're at least getting some material about concentrations other than the one you're majoring in. The video that you're about to watch is a glimpse into what students are doing in the various labs in our department. You will see students working in the food science lab analyzing moisture content of foods. Next, you'll see students in the nutrition lab using assessment tools to determine nutritional status. And finally, you will see students in the food management lab analyzing waste using various cooking methods to cook vegetables. Okay, so now let's start the video of the students working in the various nutrition and food labs.
And this is my food science laboratory. This is our teaching laboratory for the food science concentration. My area is food science, and this course actually is a food analysis course. It's called experimental food science. And what we do here, we take all different types of foods and we analyze them for their nutritional content, for their chemical composition, and all of that. This way it gives our students a real in-depth knowledge of what the food components are. If you look at a nutritional food facts label, you're going to see the breakdown of all the ingredients and the composition of food. Well, this is how we do it. We use laboratory instruments in order to analyze food, and this class actually is, again, more of a food analysis class. Okay? And what we're doing today is we're doing an experiment called water activity. Water activity is very important for food safety and food quality. And we need to measure not only the water in the food, but what we call the free water in food, which is water that is available for bacterial growth and also for things like sensory quality and all that too. The more free water a food has, the more perishable it becomes. So the students learn here which foods are perishable, which foods are non-perishable. If it's a low water activity, it's a non-perishable food. These are water activity meters. Okay, these are very, very accurate. And what they do, the student will take some of the product. You could do this now. Take some of the Raisin Bran, and a little bit more. We put it into the meter, water activity meter, and it automatically gives us the amount of free water that's in the particular. This is a very dry food. Okay, so the water activity is going to be about a 4.4. It can go up to 0.1, which would be a total almost 100% water. So if we have something like 0.45, it means that it's a very low water activity and it's non-perishable food. Okay, so again, if we go over to some of the perishable foods, I just want to show you a little bit of the perishable food here. Okay, we'll see the difference. You guys have. Let's just do another example here. Okay, you guys can do this. Okay, take one of these little cups, put a little milk in there. Okay, maybe about halfway. Okay, so that's the difference between a dry food. We'll see the water activity of the milk. okay, which will have a much higher water activity. So it's a much higher perishable food. So again, this really is a very important analysis for food scientists to actually show which foods are perishable and what foods are not. You see it's going all the way up, probably going to go up now almost to 9 or almost 1, okay? And it shows that it has a lot of free water, obviously. It's a perishable food. So this is really one of the things that food scientists do. This is one of the first things they do, is they take a water activity, again, to determine if that food is perishable, if it's not perishable, if it's semi-perishable, and that's what food preservation is all built upon. If it's a highly perishable food, then food scientists have to find a way to preserve that particular food, whether it's through refrigeration, whether it's through preservatives, whatever it may be. So make sure that the food we produce is safe and has a long shelf life.
My name is Jamie Miller. I'm an adjunct professor. I teach Nutrition 192, which is a 4-credit nutrition class with a lab component. Today we're going to do the Anthropometric Lab, so we're taking different body measurements to measure body composition. So we have different stations set up, and we'll go around and the students or myself will tell you what we're doing. So here the students are doing a knee height measurement. When we're not able to physically measure how tall someone is, there's a formula that we can insert the knee height into to estimate their actual height. Number up here is the body fat percentage, and that's your BMI.
Okay.
Okay? You're gonna want just roll your sleeve up a little bit, and then let your arm just kind of hang, just relax it. And then what you wanna do is you're gonna pinch the skin here, okay? And then what you do is kind of pinch the caliper so that it is right underneath the skin fold, and then let it sit, and then it'll calibrate. And then you're gonna write down this number here.
Okay.
So 20 millimeters is gonna be that, your tricep skin fold. When you sit, you're able to do 3 tries. So take an average, or you wanna take the highest number out of them. Make sure you put your feet kind of at the, there's a line that says foot line there. So just make sure when you stretch, don't bob or anything like that. Just fully press it forward, and hold it. And then you can round to the nearest 1/4 of an inch. But you get 3 tries. But yeah, definitely stretch a little before you do it. That's why there's all these different measurements that we take into consideration, because one might put you somewhere, and the other one will.
It was literally like 1 point off.
Yeah, just like with the ideal body weight and everything, you might be over your ideal body weight, but you might have a lot of muscle mass and everything like that. So there's a lot to take in consideration, which is why we do all of these different measurements and take them all into consideration.
Hi, this is our quantity food class, and our students learn how to cook not for 1, but for 100, 200, 500, because they're going to go on and working in institutional settings like hospitals and schools. Mostly as registered dietitians, but we have some food systems students here. So they're going to watch quantity production. So in this class today, what they're learning is hydration, how farinaceous ingredients hydrate. And when I say farinaceous, if you don't know what that means, it's anything to do with a grain or beans or legume. So they're taking dry ingredients, seeing how much they hydrate and what they weigh after they're hydrated. And also they're doing yield percents on vegetables to determine how much is wasted when they when they cut it. These concepts are very important now with global sustainability, because we talk about food waste, and we try and make our students who are in the quantity food class learn how not to waste food, particularly in quantities.
So we just cooked some millet and we cooked it on the stove top. We boiled it and it took about 27 minutes. And right now we just popped our vegetables that we did a julienne style cut into the steamer. So we're going to steam those for a few minutes and take them out and see how they do.
And we have our Margot. She's trying out cooking on the salamander broiler.
Yeah, so we're using the salamander broiler to broil some green peppers. And the green peppers were julienne sliced.
And Jessica is over here. You could throw those on while you do it.
We're doing the flat top griddle, so we're checking the temperature of it to make sure that it's at 350 when we grill it, because sometimes it's off, so we're just checking the temperature.
Okay, you can put the stuff in.
We're waiting until it gets to 350.
And Julia is over here. And what are you doing, Julia?
So right now we are going to be frying our vegetables at a temperature at 375 degrees.
So part of what we do in this class is we actually broadcast remotely what is going on in the class, so teams of students in other rooms could see and critique what's going on. They can view the actual production, give advice on how it should be done, so these students are being trained to have the capability in the future of actually operating different locations remotely without having to actually stand there, so that they can see, critique, and advise from afar.
Well, I hope you enjoyed watching our students working in the various nutrition and food labs. Now I'd like to introduce you to one of the graduates of our program. That's Pooja Patel. She is going to be demonstrating one of her recipes for making cookie dough. She's using healthy ingredients, including garbanzo beans. This is a good recipe if you're going to be making a picnic or have a tailgating party. I think you would very much enjoy this recipe. So let's watch Pooja.
Hey guys, so today I will be showing you how to make cookie dough made from chickpeas. So if you're quarantined like the rest of the world is, and if you have these food items in your pantry, then why not use them, right? So what I have here is a can of chickpeas that I have rinsed and drained, and the reason why I rinsed them is to get the excess sodium out. And then I have a 1/4 cup of natural peanut butter, and the reason why I use natural is because regular peanut butter has a lot of processed junk and trans fats added to it, so you're better off using natural peanut butter. And then I also have a 1/4 cup of agave syrup, and you can also use maple syrup or date syrup if you prefer. Then I'm also going to be adding a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then I also have vegan dark chocolate chips. And I'm not going to measure this out because honestly, who measures chocolate chips, right? So what I'm going to do is grab my food processor and I'm going to go ahead and add the base, which is the chickpeas. What I'll do is add my can of chickpeas, and then I'm gonna add my peanut butter. It's gonna be a little bit sticky, but do our best to get it all in there. Da-da-da. Get in there! Okay, and then we have something slightly easier, which is the agave syrup, which we can simply just drizzle on top. And last but not least, well, second to last, sorry, we have our vanilla extract, and I'm just gonna go ahead and eyeball about a teaspoon. Okay. And now I'm gonna go ahead and process it until I get a smooth and creamy consistency. Like I said, I'm not gonna measure it. I like my chocolate, so. So this is how the end product came out. Look at that. Doesn't that look so beautiful? So what you can also do is you can either eat it like this, refrigerate it for 1 to 2 hours to get it more, clumped up together and like nice and cold, or you can leave it overnight and it'll come out better. But I think if you're in a rush and you can't really wait to eat it, then you can just go ahead and do it like this. So that's the recipe, you guys. If you tried it out, send me DM, send me a picture, let me know how it tastes. And that's all. Hope you have a great day. Bye.
Didn't that cookie dough recipe look very tasty? So I hope you give it a try. Well, thanks for visiting us today. And please do not hesitate to call us if you would like some more information about our programs. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your visit to Montclair. Didn't that cookie dough recipe look very tasty? So I hope you give it a try. Well, thanks for visiting us today. And please do not hesitate to call us if you would like some more information about our programs. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your visit to Montclair.